8 years ago, I only knew one person with ALS, my grandfather. Recently, I've become friends with another person with ALS who reminds me of my grandfather, and his name is Dave Ihde. Just like my grandfather, Dave likes to be with his family, who love him very much. And just like my grandfather, Dave is also known to goof around with his grandkids when he gets a chance. Another thing that's like them is that my grandfather was a veteran, and veterans are twice as likely to be diagnosed with ALS. Dave learned this all too well when he was diagnosed last year. 1 year ago, Dave was out fishing with his friends on the high seas. And today, Dave's still singing tunes, but he's using his wheelchair and going out to be an advocate for people with ALS.
Last year at this time I was running around Disney World with the grandkids, fishing in the Gulf of Mexico and playing guitar and singing at my mother's nursing home Ephrata Manor every Thursday. Also co-ran the Golf League. Now I can barely walk or talk. I am one of the lucky ones being a veteran of the Air Force. The VA and PVA work closely with the ALS Association and provide me with much care and equipment, plus my medications are not that lucky though, and it's a mountainous financial burden. I used my GI Bill to go to photography school in New York and was able to make a living at it with my studio in Ephrata for 32 years. I had to close it in March. Now I spend my time advocating for awareness and trying to get other ALS patients to participate in research of all kinds.
Dave's efforts have included participating in a study on brain-computer interface at Hershey Medical Center, visiting Washington, D.C. to lobby for funding for the ALS Registry and the ALS Research Project at the Department of Defense, visiting Harrisburg to lobby for money on ALS patient services, and becoming one of our top fundraisers at this year's Hershey Walk to Defeat ALS, raising over $7,500 this year, becoming an Extra Mile Club member.
Prior to his, I was barely sick day in my life. Had the flu once at 19 and a kidney stone at 51. If you have to have this horrible disease, this is a good area to have a new it in.
Dave is getting a lot of support from the caregivers at Hershey Medical Center and learning a lot about research and sharing his story with representatives and senators in Washington and Harrisburg. Dave also has gotten a lot of support from the Ephrata Review, where he's spread awareness for ALS and been a constant champion for all people living with Lou Gehrig's disease, not just locally, but all over the state and region. Not only that, but Dave has become a friend of LaShawn McCoy, and he's helping him fight ALS by the yard. Dave is truly doing everything he can to create a more beautiful world without ALS.